Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for July 9th to the 16th. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so I do suggest you check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs that appear throughout the week on these videos on my channel. Also remember that time in the spirit realm really has no relevance, so these could be upcoming energies, current energies, or a possible validation from spirit in regards to a past energy. All right, also please make sure that you join us on Wednesdays at 6:00 p.m. Mountain Time for live readings, and on Sundays at 2:00 p.m. Mountain Time, where we bring on different spiritual guests to get notifications and, just to see more of the videos that come out throughout the week. Please make sure you click subscribe, click the notification bell, and let's get into your reading for this week, Aquarius. All right, let's see what's coming through. Deep knowing, mental energy. For the body, we have round and round. And from spirit, we have serendipity. So Aquarius, what I'm getting here is it really feels as though you may be in a place where you're tapping highly into your intuition. Now, with the round and round, I feel as though things may be repeating or replaying in some way externally. So this means old things could be coming up. This might be energies, this could be people, this could be things from the past. This even just could be, circumstances or issues that you feel are just repeating over and over and over again. So with this deep knowing, what I'm getting from spirit is that energetically you already know what is the cause of this. All right, you already know that maybe perhaps it's time to change a routine or time to change a thought process in some sort. With this serendipity, spirit is saying here, you can have the happiness that you're seeking by not repeating old behaviors or old habits. So maybe for some of you, you get too upset about things too quickly. Maybe you fall in love a little bit too fast. Maybe you rush things. Maybe things are too slow. However that relates to you. Maybe for some, it could have to do with family relationships in some way, and it just feels like it's time to maybe sit down, take a break, and go into yourself and really contemplate, what is it that I can stop in some sort of maybe perhaps mental process by using my intuition, so that things don't keep repeating. All right, and I do feel that for some of you, this could be relationships. Maybe you head toward relationships a little bit too quickly, or maybe you give somebody way too much credit for things that they aren't needing that credit for, don't deserve that credit for. Did you hear that crow? For me, that's like a validation from spirit. It's like, yeah, there you go. I just keep feeling like things externally, you're seeing the same things. All right, maybe you don't know how to exactly stop it, but again, from spirit, that serendipity, that happiness, the peace that you're wishing for, the peace that you're seeking. Maybe you're just in this place of saying, I just want a relationship that's going to be stable and secure and happy. But things externally keep going around. Is it because you're not listening to your intuition? All right, I feel like that's the question to answer at this time. So let's get some validation, some clarification. Yeah, the moon. It's like things are under the surface. I feel like now this could pertain to people that it could pertain to things around you. You may not have all of the information at this time. So what I'm also getting here is not to make quick judgments at this moment. Don't jump to a conclusion just because things may not be appearing as you wish them to appear. There's still things under the surface. When we tap into the moon's energy, not only is the moon a very feminine energy, but it really talks about kind of the negative side of intuition. All right, so we have this deep knowing, but are you tapping into the wrong part of that deep knowing? Okay, is it that you're not following your true intuition, or are you ready to go with the intuition of the past, which could be sometimes assumptions, and maybe perhaps this is why we're repeating a cycle of some sort? Okay, we have the Princess of Cups. So again, this is a very psychic energy. I feel that by using the proper intuition towards a situation, when I say proper intuition, it means don't get into this cycle of the past. This is also what this round and round could be talking about, okay? In the past, we rushed to judgments. In the past, we rushed to decisions. In the past, we didn't let things play out because there's still things under the surface that we don't know about. So instead of allowing it to just follow and go to where it's supposed to go, we rushed to a decision and maybe ended something too quickly. Or maybe perhaps we jumped into something too quickly. And I feel like the serendipity is Spirit saying, change your behavior, change your habits, change that way of thinking. Maybe allow things to play out as they're supposed to play out, as opposed to jumping and making an assumption towards something. And we have the Chariot. So, okay, when the Chariot comes through, this is about moving forward. This is about moving into a higher place of happiness. But sometimes that Chariot can also really talk about maintaining a balance. If one of these horses on here stops suddenly, the Chariot is going to be unbalanced. So if we use, the mind and emotions, let's say as an example for the Chariot, if we're too focused on our mind as opposed to our emotions, or we're too focused on our emotions as opposed to our mind or our mental state, sometimes this can tip that Chariot. In order for the Chariot to have a smooth and, unhassled type of progress moving forward, it has to be in a place of balance. And I feel like, again, that this is what Spirit is saying with this serendipity. Go from a place of balance. Even if things are looking not that great on the outside, instead of just jumping and completely ending something or making an assumption, or jumping into something too quickly because somebody is maybe perhaps giving the attention, maybe perhaps somebody is coming forward and giving you what it is that you desire, but we jump in too fast, which can cause us to get hurt. Or we make assumptions and we end something because of the fact of what we're seeing externally. So Spirit is saying, just take your time, come from a balanced place at this moment, because there's still things under the surface that we may not know about. So let's take a look at relationships and see what's coming through. So relationships for Aquarius at this time. Now remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, and co-workers. They could be a relationship with yourself. So let's see what's coming in. Relationships for Aquarius. All right, first card through. We have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Beautiful energy. We also have let go of control issues. Again, I really felt like, with that deep knowing, and also the moon, all right, it is sort of a sense of control, because when we're not seeing exactly what it is that we want to see, we sometimes jump to the, assumptions, right? And this is a normal, sometimes a normal behavior, but what Spirit is saying, don't jump to the assumption. Let go of trying to control something. Let it play out, is what I keep receiving. And we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So again, just validating exactly what was already said. Stay optimistic. Maybe not get into that place where you end something too quickly, or you speak your mind, not in a positive way towards a situation. Stay optimistic at this time. You don't know all of the issues that are going on possibly with somebody else. You don't know what's underneath the surface. You don't know what you're not being shown at this moment. So let's get some validation and see what's coming in. Because what this is saying is that by changing possibly your behavior, your mental thinking, maybe your actions, something wants to ascend to a deeper level, but you have to allow it to happen. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow, But if we're jumping to a conclusion, then we're definitely making sure that it's not going to happen, right? So allow it to play out. Allow it to play out to a point where we're letting go of that control and we're just letting spirit guide us at this moment. So what do we have here? The camera. Reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, right? Learn from the past. We already had that round and round. So I really feel like this is what, Spirit is confirming at this time. Learn from the past, learn from our past mistakes in order to stop repeating old behaviors. Learn from the past. We also have the palm tree. Stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility. This is what Spirit is asking of you at this time. And I do feel that for some, this could have to do with a relationship that's either about to enter in your life. Maybe perhaps this is a current relationship for some. I feel like that stability and that security is here, especially with this engagement coming through and the staying optimistic about your love life. But what I'm really getting here too is that by understanding that sometimes things just have to play out the way that they're going to play out, it is going to, again, bring this sense of serendipity, all right? This optimism. Stay optimistic because there's some growth that still needs to happen. Maybe perhaps you have to endure the endurance, right? You have to endure this at this time. There still needs to be some sort of sense of flexibility within your mind and within your thoughts and perhaps even with your actions. And we have the sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, and focusing out. So for some of you, you may feel that somebody is doing this to you. Maybe perhaps for some of you, this could have to do with you. Maybe this is where you're getting your assumptions from, is simply by the stalking, or maybe you're really watching somebody and, the things that you're seeing aren't lining up with either what you're getting told or perhaps, some sort of intuition that you're getting towards something. So it's almost like this intuition is coming through, where somebody is maybe perhaps hiding something. So what are you doing? You're watching, you're stalking, you're paying attention to everything that they possibly could be doing through social media or through, other actions in some way. But again, I feel like what Spirit is saying is just, take a step back. This also could have to do with somebody else, maybe perhaps watching you at this moment as well, seeing what it is that you're doing as well. So, but just take this as it resonates. I do feel that for many of you, this has to do with you. Although remember that roles can be reversed. So, especially if you're a cross watcher. All right, maybe this is the cross watcher. Just leave it as it resonates with you at this time. But again, staying optimistic is going to change things within this relationship. So let's get a closing message from universe and see what is coming through. Closing message for Aquarius. Closing message from Aquarius. Closing message for Aquarius. Okay. Helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. So for some of you, this is maybe just somebody to talk to. This also could be a message from Spirit saying, look, we're coming in. We're trying to help you at this time. We're trying to create, something beautiful for you at this moment. Right? But you have to let us help you. Stop making assumptions. Stop jumping the gun. Don't get into this place where you're rushing forward without all of the information. And we also have explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. A good time to make changes. So making changes within our behavior, within our mental thoughts, within our just the way we react to things, okay? This will help prevent those round and round situations coming through. I feel like this is going to help us move forward in getting what it is that we desire. So Aquarius, I truly hope that this has helped. Please let me know if this reading did resonate. Have an amazing week. Take care and many blessings.